All right, Diablo 4 players, brand new Lunar Awakening event with brand new
Shrines
gameplay
into
for the
Lunar
event.
Shrines. It
So
goes
let's
live
check it
February
out.
6th through the 20th and can grant bonuses to player experience points, movement speed, glyph XP, and of course, rewards.
But
My
yeah,
name
here's
is
my
Bloodshed
reaction
and
to
we're
it.
back
Let's
with
see it.
Marcus. Hey Marcus, how you doing?
Hey Ruben, doing great. Excited to talk about Lunar Awakening.
Great to have you. We also have a special guest with us today for Q&A, Christabel Ormiston, who's the Diablo 4 product manager. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, thanks guys for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Well, everyone knows by now I like to dive right into these topics. So, Lunar Awakening is a limited time event that powers up existing shrines in the game. While under the effects of a lunar shrine, you'll earn 50% experience points per monster kill,
It's
30%
huge.
movement
Wow.
speed, and each shrine will have one additional modifier on top of
50%?
what they normally do. For instance, Lethal Shrine still causes critical strikes, but with the Lunar New Year variant, you have a chance to instantly execute enemies when you hit them. Lunar
what
variant
kind of
shrines will
bosses?
have dragon skins, so you can easily identify them. We'll be covering all the Lunar editions and more, but
Like, why
first,
even play now
Marcus,
if you
can you
get
tell us
plus
how to get started
50%?
in this
Well,
event?
it depends
Yeah, sure thing,
if
Ruben.
you get the
Once
shrine
the
or
event
not.
is active, fast
Right.
travel to Ked Bardu and head to the northern section of town. There, you'll meet Yugioh, who runs the Lunar Night Market, your main
It's
event
cool.
hub for Lunar Awakening.
But is it
You can
just
ask her about some
cosmetics?
interesting lore, check your ancestral favor reputation, and claim some sick rewards. There are 10 reputation levels to earn,
Gold
and
as reward
6
when we can't even
different
trade though.
lunar-themed rewards to unlock. The weapon skins for the event are the Lunar Scepter Wand,
Let's check it
the
out.
Dragon's Courage two-handed axe, can't wait to crack skulls with
That
this
is
one,
actually a pretty cool
and the Moonshot
cosmetic.
Bow.
Like,
If you're a fan of markings,
Okay,
we
not
have
too
the
bad.
Dragon's Tapestry marking to unlock, as
That's
well
cool
as
too.
a Moon's
Awesome.
Bounty Mount Trophy, and my personal favorite, the Moonborn Stallion Mount. If we're driving past horses and you don't audibly say, "Horses!"
Horses.
then we're not friends. Lunar shrines are spread throughout Sanctuary, so just play as you normally would. You can find them in the overworld, vaults,
All right,
whisper
is there a new
bounties,
boss
and
though, or is it
dungeons.
just shrines that we're
Speaking
getting
of
with this
dungeons,
update?
during the event, Nightmare Sigils have a chance to roll an Ancestor's Favor dungeon affix. This guarantees extra shrines can spawn for that dungeon, and you will receive
This makes
10%
that,
bonus glyph experience
like,
once complete. Remember,
uber
you
unique,
can only earn Ancestral
like,
Favor
staff
reputation
good.
while the Lunar Shrine effect is active, so make sure to rack up as many kills as you can before the time runs out. All right,
Okay.
Bloodshed, what other shrine powers do we have for the event?
So, like I mentioned earlier, Lunar Awakening shrines are like super buffed out shrines. You get the bonus XP, the movement speed, plus all the normal powers you know and love, and one additional power on top of that. So, the Blast Wave shrine still periodically pulses explosions like normal, but with the Lunar New Year variant, it also spawns cluster bombs all over the place. Very cool stuff. Channeling Shrine now grants attack speed and has a
I
chance
think
to
that
reset your
that's the
cooldowns.
rogue's
Could
animation
be
for the stun
amazing for a lot
grenades.
of different builds.
I wonder if it works with
Conduit
like
gets charged up even more, summons more powerful shocking strikes all over the area. And the Artillery Shrine has a chance to summon a Holy Bomb. It's not looking really good for our demon buddies this season.
No.
Lethal Shrine gives you a chance on hit to instantly execute enemies, not bosses though. While empowered by the
Oh.
Greed Shrine, it spawns a goblin at 25
So-
and 50 kills. And lastly, the Protection Shrine
There's only
now
2
reflects
goblins come
incoming
out,
damage
but
for the
still,
duration.
it's good.
This information should get you
Wait,
up
hold
and
on.
running
It
for
said
the
with
event.
Protection Shrine, it
Marcus,
reflects all
reflects
damage,
incoming damage for the duration.
and it
This
scales
information
with
should get you
I
up
wonder
and
if that
running for
works
the
with
event.
bosses
Marcus,
too.
I think it's time
Didn't
for
say it
Q&A.
didn't.
What questions do you have for our guest?
Because that could be
Okay,
OP,
Christabel,
man.
do you have any tips and tricks for us? Maybe some
Tips and
helpful
tricks? Yeah,
tips for
play
leveling up new seasonal
Barbarian.
characters during the event?
Yeah, so actually before we get into the tips and tricks, I wanted to highlight that this won't just be for seasonal characters.
Okay, so it's
Drumroll will also be featuring
Eternal
this
too.
on the Eternal realm. So pretty exciting stuff. But yeah, to get into the tips and tricks, I think the first one would be around the Lunar Celebrant local event. So that will just consist of, a Lunar Celebrant will be under attack, and the player will be offering a helping hand to keep the celebrations going. Your kind of classic Diablo monster defense stuff. If you're able to complete the mastery objective for this one, then
this is
you'll
a new
also
Lunar
spawn
event.
an additional bonus frenzy wave of monsters to prolong your killing spree. So the short version of the story is that it's way more efficient to go after the local event than just doing a normal shrine. I believe this might have been mentioned, but another PSA that Lunar Affix Nightmare Dungeon Sigils will offer bonus glyph XP. You love your glyph XP. And certainly guaranteed Lunar Affix Nightmare Sigils are also in the reward tiers with the reputation. So we're hoping that the grind for the reputation fields
So what's
are
all the
also in the
rewards real quick? So it looks like we just have, I'm guessing it looks like gold, cosmetics, and then some sort of collection of valuable rewards such as Ancestor's Favorite Nightmare sigils and armor. So maybe you can get some random, like, legendaries off it. But if the last one just said guaranteed,
reward tiers with the
I think people
reputation.
would
So we're
actually be
hoping that the
super
grind
excited
for the
about this
reputation
event.
feels
So
self-reinforcing.
I don't think it's there.
Whisper bounties. So in keeping with, we want this to be efficient, we want it to feel rewarding. We also want to make sure you can complete your bounties in parallel with the event. So you'll get 1 Grim Favor for completing a lunar-themed Whisper. TLDR, if there's anything to take away from this, it's that we want you to play the game as you want to play it. We want you to be able to kind of reinforce the loop that you most want to play and be able to kind of dabble with these shrines alongside it.
That's awesome. I think most of us want to play the way we want to play and have fun with the game.
be
I'm
honest,
also curious, are there
do
any
the real
interesting,
runs anymore
lesser
for
known
Uber Eats. I
nuances
want
with the
other
shrines?
methods.
Yeah, so you gotta try them all, I suppose. But there may or may not be a special title for those who do.
Oh, a title.
But to give
Okay.
a few other tidbits here, so the Protection Shrine, the reflection damage scales with level and world tier. Channeling Shrine, a little less flashy, but because of the instant cooldowns, you can spam abilities way more frequently, so it can be really useful in specific contexts. Lethal Shrine, so in addition to execution, monsters will be fleeing in fear from you, which is a really cool moment and really feels the sadism. My personal favorite, because everyone loves goblins, I love goblins, is the Greed Shrine. So the tricky part and the big existential debate that I'm sure every player will go through is, do I try and rack up more kills and spawn another one, or do I try to chase down that little guy before he gets away? So, leave that up to you.
I'm hoping it's every
3% movement
25.
speed
It doesn't
bonuses,
max out at
so,
50 kills, because then
we
you're
get to do all this
just
even
getting
more
2
quickly
goblins,
and
which
maybe
is still
even
cool.
faster than I can talk.
I will definitely try to slay the demons as fast as you can talk. If I'm doing that, then I'm doing something right. So personally, I'd like to wait and pop a shrine until I have a good pocket of monster density nearby. Is that something that was considered during development?
Yeah, 100%. So monster density and providing players the opportunity to immediately use the shrine bonuses was a key pillar of the event. So these miserly spirits will spawn whenever you activate a lunar shrine, and that way you can actually take advantage of bonuses you receive right away. And as mentioned earlier, they're also a bonus part of the local event mastery objective. So again, we really want players to just have a lot of fun with this. And in my humble opinion, getting to shred a bunch of monsters really quickly is the vibe I'd be looking for, and that's the vibe we're going for.
Hey, that's a good vibe to be a part of. We learned earlier that Nightmare Sigils can roll with an ancestor's favorite affix. Can you just stockpile these for after the event, like similar to what we did with Midwinter Brews?
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought up Midwinter Blight. So actually, Gillian's Brew was really popular for that event, and so the short answer is that even after this event has finished, the bonus glyph XP will still remain on all the crafted Nightmare Dungeon sigils that had it. So we really just want rewards to persist as much as
If it
possible.
was double, I'd
We
get more
also know that
excited.
if
It's
you're not playing a
10%,
higher
right?
level
I think it's the
character,
number
at
that they
this point in
showed.
the season, then this might not be as relevant for you. So, we hope you can hang on to them for when you're ready to grind out, the event, or if one of your eternal characters wants to partake, you can do it that way as well. So, go ahead and stockpile from Doomsday. And just want to say to the players, thanks so much for all the feedback on Midwinter Blight. We've been, working hard to try to incorporate those, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the faster progression, better efficiency, and all of the fun stuff that shrines have to
The
offer.
midwinter boss was
Big
kind
shout
of
out to Christabel for answering all of our questions today.
underwhelming,
Well, that
I'll
just
be
about
honest.
does it.
Oh,
I don't really want
that's
to
the wrap up
drag it
here?
on
Okay.
longer. We'll see y'all in Sanctuary.
Okay, so here, let me
Some
wrap up my
interesting
thoughts
lore.
real quick over here on this whole event. I wanted to see at least one sort of boss, something to push. So if they made, so here's how you make this event instantly 1,000 times better. You put a brand new boss, could be a reskin or something, but it does something different for its actual battle. There's some cool dragon that shoots out because it's lunar, and I believe it's here. Anyway, something cool that makes players want to strive and go and push for. And then at the very, very end, it looks like the horse is the final reward. But at the very, very end, the final thing is either you get to choose any Uber Unique or one random Uber Unique. That will make every single player want to complete the entire thing. And on top of that, it would also make it a little bit more exciting for players versus, well, there's just cosmetic skins and some gold. I'm going to skip it out. But anyways, at the end of the day, I'm still looking forward to checking out the event because it's completely free and you can just hop in and play it. You don't have to do anything too special. And then just better glyph XP. It's like all a bunch of small things. Not going to make people that are like, dude, I'm skipping out this season to come back into this lunar event. That's at least my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like, sub if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.